Good morning, beautiful people. Oh, there's Janet's shining face waving. Hi, Janet. And there's Julia and CJ and all our rowdy friends are here. Kaylin, so happy to see you. Ready? We thought we'd rack a Steve Winwood song for you.
Stand up in a clear blue morning until you see what could be alone in a cold day dawning. Are we free? Can we be? When that cold tomorrow finds you, when that sad old dream reminds you how the endless road unwinds you, while you see a chance, take it, find romance, because it's all on you, and there's no one left to leave you, even you don't quite believe you. That's when nothing can deceive you. While you see a chance, take it, find romance, because it's all on you. Stand up in a clear blue morning until you see what can be alone on a cold day dawning. Are we free? Can we be? And that cold gray wind is blowing, and there's nothing left worth knowing, and it's time you should be going. While you see a chance, take it, find romance, because it's all on you. While you see a chance, take it, find romance. While you see a chance, take it, find romance. While you see a chance, take it, find romance. While you see a chance, take it, find romance.
Thank you.
Thank you. We tried to pick some songs in keeping with Reverend Steve's theme this month of overcoming fear and working with that. So we thought for this next one we would ruin a RuPaul song for you. It might not be so familiar, but it's got a great message. Hope you enjoy it, and feel free to belt it out along with us. You'll help us sound better. So. Breaking up and fading out, holding on until tomorrow. Shake it off and turn around. Won't be long till it's a brand new day. This is the beginning, the beginning. This is the beginning of the rest of your life. This is the beginning. The beginning. This is the beginning of the rest of your life. That was then and this is now. Here we go, starting over. you decide to change your mind. Miracles happen every day. This is the beginning, the beginning. This is the beginning of the rest of your life. This is the beginning, the beginning. This is the beginning of the rest of your life. Change your world, change your mind. We design space and time. Change your world, change your mind. We design space and time. Change your world, change your mind. We design space and time. Change your world, change your mind. We design space and time. This is the beginning, the beginning. This is the beginning of the rest of your life. This is the beginning, the beginning. This is the beginning of the rest of your life.
Thank you.
Thank you, George and Anwin. Let's hear it again for George and Anwin. Well, good morning. Welcome to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Steve Van Meter, your senior minister, and it's my honor and privilege to welcome you here this morning. I know that you have a lot of places you could have ended up this morning, but you found yourself here. You made it. This is the place to be this morning and every Sunday morning. And we're going to do what we do every Sunday morning. Let's read our vision mission statement. If you feel so inclined, read along. We are an open, loving, spiritual community dedicated to evolving consciousness through teaching spiritual principles. That's what we do here. We teach spiritual principles. And if you have any questions after the service, you can address me or our board president, who Jamaica Wallace is in the back, or any of our practitioners, or anybody. And we'd love to we love to talk metaphysics here, don't we? So, I have some announcements. Spiritual gardeners, we need your assistance. So, our grounds are beautiful. Do you know that we own this property? This is your property. This is your spiritual home. And our people that have been doing the cutting and mowing and clipping and watering are needing some assistance. So, if you would like to put in like 1 hour a month, just think of all the 1 hours that are sitting in this room that we could have assistance. See Bucky, and she will help us to fill in those gaps. But there's been a couple gaps, and we need to, there's a new energy that's coming through, and we have to make sure our grounds are in good order so that the new people that do come in go, wow. Just like you did when you got here. You went, wow. Right? So we want to keep that going. So I wanted to just announce that I will be meeting with the spiritual gardeners that are still with us this next week. But we do want to have more people who can give just an hour to assist us with that. So capiche? Capiche. Okay. Membership verification. Have you sent in your membership verification? I see how these people... You know what? I think it got lost in the mail. It's okay. I do that too. But now's the time. Today is the last day to renew your membership so that we Now, last week I said, yeah, we need to send it to home office. We don't send your information anywhere. We send a number to the home office stating how many members. The only stuff that when you guys give, we send it to our accountant so you can get that nice little tax letter at the end of the year. That's the only sharing we do with member lists. We don't sell it. We don't publish it. It's private information. So don't feel like we're going to tell on you if you're a member here. It is between you and your spiritual energy, but it helps our numbers with the home office, and it's just a number. It's not any of your personal information, unless you become a practitioner, and then everybody knows you. But that's a whole other class. But I just wanted to say that membership verification is up. And let's see. There are more forms on the back, but you know what? If you want to skip the whole form thing, Kaylin is our secretary, and she will just, you can save the whole thing and just check you off the list. But if you're a new member, then you have to fill something out so that we can put you on the list. But if you're a existing member or want to re-up your membership, just go talk to Kaylin. Help us shape our next chapter. Board of Trustees seats are opening. We are moving into a whole new paradigm. And with new energy comes new leadership. And so if you've ever thought about being on the board, you have to have been a member for 6 months. And then you can't just fill out a membership right now and then be on the board. You have to be a member for 6 months, and then you can be on the board. And but we would love to have more board members. We're going to be moving some things around as I move towards my retirement in a few years. Well, you got to plan for these things, right? I mean, I've been here 10 years now. I'm 62. I have a letter of call until 2030, I think. So, do the math. You start preparing for these things, but there's new leadership that's coming forward. So if you've ever thought about being on our board or want to know more about being on our board, there are applications in the back in the yellow envelopes, or see Jamaica or myself, because I can feel some new energy coming. And, this center, we've been here for 55 years. We're just getting started, man. I mean, come on. So please consider being on our board. Jamaica's so happy that I announced that. She's like, yay, you missed it last time. Okay. Upcoming classes. The last practitioner-led summertime spirit gathering is this Thursday, or is it this Thursday? It's, okay, the 27th from 6 to 7:30. Haven't we had fun with that? That has been so cool. So if you find yourself with nothing to do on a Thursday night, you want to come and cool down in our LEC, come on and join us. We talk about the magazine. Oh, and speaking of the magazine, the new magazines are in. Ready. They're $10. That's a discount. And they're 2 months at a time. Hey, look at that. Pretty cool. For September and October. And next year, this little magazine is going to celebrate 100 years. 100 years. How many magazines do you know that have been in print for 100 years? And there's going to be a special Asilomar conference in 2027 that CSL is putting on. So start saving your pennies for that. So that's the Summertime Spiritual Gathering. I took that. Don't you love announcements? I do. You guys are like, come on, get through this. And then our regular stuff that we have. Oh, Michael Mandrello is going to be here next Sunday. And he's going to be playing Saturday night at Partake, which is a little kind of a wine bar, dinner place, lounge. But they have non-alcoholic stuff too. So come and enjoy the music of Michael Mandrell, and then he'll be playing for us on Sunday. And he's staying at my house, so I get a private concert. Yeah, it's very cool. I know. He's a good friend of mine. And he's an awesome guitarist. Our regular meditation is from 9:50 to 10:05 on Sunday mornings in the LEC. We don't have our book study right now, but I think we're going to start that back up in October. We'll see how that goes. And then in community news, this Friday night, Area 61, Full Moon Project. And we just got 2 other bookings. So yeah, we don't know if we can play here at the church anymore. We're playing out now, you know. Of course we'll play here. October Halloween party is coming. Just be ready. But we're going to play at the Wonderbur. I know. Isn't that so cool? I just want to see what the place looks like. We are gonna raise the energy there. And that's on September 11th. What a time to play the Wonderbur, right? Lift the energy. And then we just got a new booking on Rogue Pub and Putt on Saturday, the 19th. From 8 to 11. So there's 3 opportunities to go see your favorite band. There you go. And let's see, anything else? I think that covers it. And then we have our normal stuff that's going on, which is the flowers today are left over from last week. And aren't they still beautiful? Don't you love it? I'm not sure. Is Heidi, was those your? Yeah, thank you for 2 weeks of flowers. Anybody here for the first time? I missed this last week. And Deborah was like, you missed there was all these new people. So if you're new here, please raise your hand. Okay, welcome. We're glad you're here and made this your spiritual destination. We have a little packet of information. But if you have any questions, let us know, and we'd love to answer them for you. But I'm so glad you found yourself here this morning. Cell phone reminder. Remember my cell phone went off in the middle of my talk last week? Wasn't that great? Oh, it was great. I was like, who is that? And I'm like, oh, it's a butt dial. So my phone is now in the back with Daniel. He's guarding it. He's not letting me touch my phone. But if you have a phone, put it on vibrate so that it doesn't wake us up in the middle of the service. And now we're going to take just a moment to greet each other quickly before we sing We Are One. Thanks for being here this morning. Blessings.
All right, if we could all join hands. That person you're talking to, just grab hands and we'll all sing together. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity we shall live in harmony as peace has come. As we are one. One more time, folks. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity we shall live in harmony as peace has come, as we are one.
Good morning. I'm Bucky, one of the practitioners here, and it's my honor and privilege to be on the podium with you today. Let's read our gratitude together. How grateful I am to be able to meet fear with curiosity and compassion and courage. Along with me being up here, my fellow practitioner, Jamaica Wallace, is holding the high watch in the rear of the room. And please see her after the service if you would like a minute miracle. Who wants a miracle today? So woohoo! I mean, come on, it's there for us. It's there for us. So Jamaica, and if she's busy, she'll point you to somebody else, because there's several of us here. If you're here and available as a practitioner, Paula, Janet, and Deborah, and myself, it's our honor to pray with you. I mean, that's what we're doing this for, right? That's why we show up here, because we believe in the power of prayer. It's the miracle waiting to happen in your life. So, you're having a challenge? Pray. If you're having a great day? Pray, right? It doesn't matter. The universe is out there for you. So, whatever we put into it, we get it back. And if you want to fill out one of the little forms, about the routine, in the seat back, the little yellow form, and then, of course, we know you're going to have a demonstration, so you'll share that wonderful good news with us on the little blue form. Put it in the basket when it comes around, or put it back in the box. And if you want to, you can go on the website. You can do it there on the prayer request, any way you want it. We've got phone numbers even. Can you believe that? Practitioners have phone numbers, and you can text or call us. Hey, how about that? We are here for each other. This is community, folks. This is community. Okay. What else? I think it's time for a prayer. Let's do that. Knowing that fear can actually be a guidepost toward deeper understanding, I honor that fear as a friend rather than an enemy. Let's stay seated and sing I Am Loved.
I am The love of God is in my life. I am loved.
We know that the topic this month is all about fear and anger. And in thinking about that, I turn to the Toltec wisdom that is shared by Don Miguel Ruiz, and by his son, Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. Of course, you might be familiar with the 4 agreements, and in case you aren't, the 4 agreements are, number 1, don't take anything personally, the ultimate shield. That's where anger resides, and it ignites when we believe someone else's behavior is directed at us. The Toltec perspective teaches that nothing other people do is because of you. It is a projection of their own reality, their wounds, and internal agreements. Good one to remember. Second one is don't make assumptions. eliminating false stories, right? Anger is frequently fueled by the stories we invent. We are so creative, aren't we? Yeah. About other people's intentions, right? Assuming someone disrespected you on purpose, or meant to cause you harm. The third one is the art of tracking, stalking the self. That's a good one. In Toltec shamanism, stalking means observing your own habits, triggers, and emotional patterns without judgment. A lot of self-reflection here. And the fourth one is forgiveness as self-healing. Ruiz Jr. describes fear, metaphorically, as a poisoned arrow that wounds the mind and heart. And that things that perpetuate that anxiety and self-doubt and emotional reactivity long after traumas have faded away. So we all have early life experiences, right? We all started out as a child. And all kinds of stuff has happened. But these old injuries, if we allow them to continue to repeat in our lives, cause us pain long after those events have passed. So in order to help us, if anybody is interested after the service, I put some copies of a little exercise that Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. came up with to help us release these fears. And they're sitting in the back. There's 2 pages. Feel free to pick up a copy and let me know if you would like to get more of them. And do that self-work. Do that reflection. Because anger is a fear wearing a mask in our lives. We don't need to shrink or retreat anymore. We don't need that anger. So we need to look at our anger through these Toltec practices and all kinds of different practices through our prayer work so that we can release that power that it holds on over us. So I allow these words to just sit in our hearts, knowing that we can release and we are present to the perfect peace. The eye of the storm is where we have our home. This place of soft comfort and reassurance, of healing and wholeness, enfolds around us like a warm, soft blanket. I know we are safe. We are whole. And we are healed deep in the center of our being. And I allow this, and I invite each one of us to bring this wholeness into our hearts, into our minds, our works, words, and our actions, so that we are in alignment with this deep, wonderful, beautiful truth of who we are. We are God expressing. I release this prayer into the living, loving law that always says yes. Yes, my beloved. And together we say, and so it is. And so it is. It's time for some special music, then Reverend Steve's talk.
Thank you. There's quite a body of work around the harp, trying to make it sound like a fountain or a waterfall. This piece is that I've kind of prepared for you guys today is one of those pieces. It's called The Fountain. Back in my day, it used to be called a modern piece. Now it's called a 20th century piece. There's a twist I'd like to tell you about. Reverend Steve gave me permission for this. We live out in the Illinois Valley. 3 years ago, we had a big prayer request in the form of the Smith River fire. And we're doing that thing that I guess we all have a turn at, living on evacuation notice, right? And I tried a little experiment, and doggone it, seemed to work. So we're going to try it again today. Y'all seen the thing about water, like if you put good intentions into it? Most of us? Well, I tried that 3 years ago. I just really sat there and focused and blessed the water. Rain, rain. Isn't rain so great? Then I went and poured it in the river. And, 3 days later, we had just such a great rainstorm. All our evacuation notices went from level 3 to level 1 in 3 hours. Anyway, you see, I've got some water there. I've got a piece of 20th century music designed to evoke the sounds and feel of a waterfall and a fountain. So maybe if you want to try our little experiment again, just kind of think those thoughts. And after service today, we're going to go dump this water in a river, see what happens. Whatever happens, hope you enjoy the piece.
Well, thank you for that. Let's hear it for George and Anwen. Knowing that, yes, the rains are coming. Well, we have a couple things to do this morning. First, I wanted to invite Deborah Perdue up to the podium, please. She became a practitioner emeritus at the beginning of this month, and her two requests was that she get a new name badge and she get a new shawl. So we have a brand new shawl for her, and this only you only get the one with the gold trim when you've been here for a practitioner for 20 years. So this is very special. Let me assist you with this. There you go. Thank you for your service. Okay. Our other piece of business is Guy Young. Guy Young. He was a member here for several years, board member. In loving memory of Guy Young. Today we pause with love and gratitude to remember Guy Young. He was a cherished member of our spiritual community, a board member, and a personal friend of mine. His daughter wanted to be here, Kristen, but she could not make it. But we agreed to do this together because tomorrow will be the 1-year anniversary of his passing. He made his transition 1 year ago tomorrow. Guy's life was a beautiful example of service, commitment, and quiet dedication. We are deeply grateful for the many ways he gave of himself to our community, to his family, and to his friends, through his presence, his willingness to serve, and the relationships that he formed with all of us. Guy helped make our center a stronger and more loving place. His contributions remain part of the foundation upon which we all continue to build. We also honor Guy for his service to our country. His willingness to serve represents courage, sacrifice, and devotion to something greater than himself. We offer our heartfelt gratitude for that service and acknowledge the countless ways such commitment touched lives far beyond what we can ever fully know. Although a year has passed since Guy left this physical experience, love reminds us that the people who have touched our lives are never truly absent. His laughter, his kindness, his wisdom, and his love continue to live within the hearts of those who knew him. Guy, we remember you today with appreciation and deep affection. Thank you for walking this journey with us. Thank you for your service to our spiritual community, and thank you for your service to our nation. May we honor you with our loving memory by continuing to serve each other with kindness, compassion, courage, and love. Guy, you are remembered. You are appreciated, and you will always be part of our spiritual family. And so it is. And now we begin our talk for today. Today's title is In the Presence of Fear. What if fear wasn't your enemy? What if it was just like, when you see a stop sign, you don't go, oh no, I have to stop. You just stop, hopefully. What if fear is but a guidepost towards deeper understanding? See, fear is often seen as a threat to peace. But what if it's actually a teacher? The Science of Mind viewpoint says, but what is fear? Nothing more, nothing less than the negative use of faith. Faith misplaced. Ouch. That's Ernest Holmes, Science of Mind, page 156. Our reading today is from Perma Chardron. I probably pronounced that wrong. Wrote in their book, The Places That Scare You, A Guide to Fearlessness in Difficult Times. You could all use that about now, right? In meditation, we discover our inherent restlessness. Sometimes we get up and leave. Sometimes we sit there, but our bodies wiggle and squirm, and our mind goes far away. This can be so uncomfortable that we feel it's impossible to stay. Yet this feeling can teach us not just about ourselves, but what it is to be human. Being human, isn't it grand? Don't you love this? Yeah, of course we do. What's the alternative? Being spiritually human. Yeah, I'll do that. All of us derive security and comfort from the imaginary world of memories and fantasies and plans. We really don't want to stay with the nakedness of our present experience. It goes against the grain to stay present. These are the times when only gentleness and a sense of humor can give us the strength to settle down. So whenever we wander off, we gently encourage ourselves to stay and settle down. Are we experiencing restlessness? Stay. Are our fear and loathing out of control? Stay. Aching knees and throbbing back? Stay. What's for lunch? Stay. What am I doing here? Stay. I can't stand this another minute. Stay. That is how to cultivate steadfastness. Again, that is Pema Chardron. Thank you. The Places That Scare You, A Guide to Fearlessness in Difficult Times. Well, from the Science of Mind perspective, stay. Now, every time I say that to my dogs, I'm like, oh man, I need to stay in consciousness, right? The statement invites us to recognize that fear is not rooted in external circumstances, but in the creative power of our own beliefs about it. So whatever's going on out there is going on. Our reaction to it is how we filter it, how we interpret it. Our experience of fear arises not from an outer event, but from the meaning and reality we assign the event in our own consciousness. So, how are you assigning things these days? See, when we can shift our attention from the fearful appearance to the truth of our spiritual nature, we reclaim our innate power. This is where stay means return to your inner wisdom. Go within. Science of Mind teaches that thoughts and beliefs create our reality. Therefore, by consciously choosing faith, love, and alignment with the infinite, we discover the seeming power of fear and affirm our connection to the divine presence within. So, when was the last time that you got into fear and went directly into your science of mind teaching? I know. But there comes a point in your progression as a spiritual seeker. I like to think of us as a finder. I don't want to continue to look. I want to be in the energy and live from that. You know, at first I was a seeker. You know, what's this all about? How can I understand this? And then I started living from that awareness. And I realized that I was doing that when something happened to me and I didn't get all freaked out. I went directly into my teaching because I knew retreating from it in fear would only create more of what I was trying to get away from, that I needed to align. So when something happens, if we can go directly into our teaching and go, you know what? This too is good. It's hard to say that sometimes, isn't it? This too is God, source, and I demand to see the blessing in this right here and right now. You ever make a demand on the universe? You ever stomp your foot at the universe? Be careful. Because when the universe stomps back, it usually shakes you to your foundation. Hopefully it will. Hopefully your spirituality will do that for you. At this point, we are invited to gently return to our spiritual truth. And in the science of mind, we don't deny fear. Instead, we learn to listen to it without letting it take the wheel in our lives. You know, when you used to spin out when you'd hear something, you know, so some news would come to you and you'd be like, whoa, calling everybody you know and having a, you know, changing your life because of it. You see, fear is not a sign of failure. It's a signal that we have wandered away from our spiritual center. And it happens. And this is a good thing. You know, you're not always going to be right on point. You're going to wander off. For those animal lovers, you know when you're walking your dog that they're going to see a squirrel. And when that dog sees a squirrel, unless you're perfectly trained, a dog is going to go after it. That's why we have a leash. Oh, wait, stay. Well, our fear is like that. If we don't have our fear on a nice leash, it may go off somewhere and we may be running behind it trying to recapture and take control of our fear. Right? You ever done that with your dog who's not on a leash? Hope you brought your running shoes. Because I'm going to tell you a little story about, I have 3 big dogs, 70-pound dogs. And Luna, as you know, just went through, she has some Lyme nephritis that she's healed. We're still trying to figure out what she's doing. And Honey is our rescue who just kind of sits on the couch. But Cooper is 11 years old, 10 or 11 years old. And he loves the deer. And he loves the squirrel. And if there's a leaf that fell, he's going to tell you about it. So I was getting him out of the car. And he decided that he was going to go after a deer. And he bolted up the hill. And I bolted after him. Did you know? Ooh, I'm in fear for him getting in trouble, right? And the deer are gone, right? And he's like, I see him up the hill. Cooper, come back. And he sees me And he keeps going the other way. And I'm thinking, oh, that dog. When I get my hands on Cooper. And then something in me went, you're never going to catch him. Just let him go. He's not like he's on a hill. So he's not like in a city street. So I let him go. I went back inside. And after about 15 or 20 minutes, I saw him like coming down the hill, like on the outside. And I was like, oh, you ready to come back in now? You ready to come back in? I opened the gate and he took off again. And then I was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. So I just left the gate open and 10 minutes later, he was laying on the back deck. But you see how when we chase our fear, it runs faster. It tries to get away because we're not addressing it properly. You know, maybe if I had a goodie, hey, Cooper, I got a goodie, because that would change his mind about going after the deer, you think. But we need to change our mind about the fear that we have. Instead of chasing it, trying to harness it, what if we said, okay, fear, what is your message? What information do you have for me? By bringing compassion, patience, and curiosity to our fear, we can begin to loosen its grip and soften its edges. Turning inward to face our fear, we discover that fear may be an invitation to grow. Oh, yay. I'm growing. But, your body is going to do certain things when it's faced with fear. If something comes before you, you're going to take a step back. That's just what we do. But then take a step into it and go, you know what? I am bigger than this fear. This fear is showing me something. Through this gentle approach, fear becomes not something to conquer or banish, but a wise teacher guiding us back into our highest truth, our deepest self. Isn't that what it's for? And all of a sudden, you're having a spiritual experience when you're encountered with this thing that used to really freak you out. It's like, oh, this is bringing me calm. When the message has been delivered, the messenger disappears. The fear dissipates back into the nothingness from which it came once we understand what it's trying to get our attention about. When we meet our fear with compassion, we discover that we can be transformed into a source of strength when we align with our source. Compassion is one of the ways we use that power greater than we are. Go into your feeling nature. Go into your sensory details of how you're feeling. Why is there a fear there? Why is this angering me? When we allow the fear to soften rather than harden us, we create communities where safety, empathy, and sacred listening become the norm. Compassion and kindness can be the outgrowth of allowing tenderness. We stop seeing fear as a threat and start recognizing it as part of being human. It's part of the human being. It's just part of us. And it's okay. It's not something to, I hope I don't have any fear today. No, fear's going to come up when you go to spend something and you go, I wonder if I have enough in my checking account. You know what? I'm okay. I'm good. I can cover this. I can handle this. Don't go into that calculation. You just move the decimal point around a little bit and you're going to be fine. And if the bank doesn't do it, just do it in your mind. They'll catch up. You're going to want to do a couple deposits to cover that, but In conclusion, being in the presence of fear is not spiritual failure. It's part of our growth. It's part of our path. It's part of our being human. And as students of truth, we don't run from fear anymore, but we stand in it with open hearts, seeking what is true about the situation. Fear can sharpen our awareness, awaken our compassion, and ultimately redirect us towards our true divine nature. We begin to take our power back. We begin to reclaim our power, not by avoiding fear, but choosing to move through it with love and truth and wisdom. See, we're growing up. You're getting better. You're not recoiling like you used to. You may still take a step back, but you're going to look at the whole picture and step into it with love and go, how can I be the healing in here? I'm the one that changes my mind. And in the middle of our fear, a new spiritual energy moves through us. It honors our fear's presence. It recognizes its invitation to greater self-awareness. See, you're being asked to move up in consciousness. But when fear hits us, we don't want to go. I just want to stay in fear about this and just blah, blah, blah. Next time you're invited up in consciousness, fear not. Rather than shrinking from its discomfort, we are called to witness and gently embrace it, transforming our fear from a barrier into a powerful bridge to deeper wholeness and our divine connection. So it is. Amen. Thank you. Well, it's time for us to follow our teaching and go within. So I invite you to take a moment. This microphone. So I love it so much. I'm going to move it around so I don't breathe into it. So let's just take a moment and go within. And as we connect with all that is, we begin to remember who we truly are. We know that there is a power that is breathing our body and beating our heart. It is causing the sun to shine and the grass to grow. And it is who and what you are. There is not God or source and us. There's God and source, the one force, as who and what we are. We are it. There has never been a separation, only the appearance. But as we turn away from the appearance, not to deny it, but not to give it any more power, we literally turn into love. And turning into the love of every situation allows that so-called fear to now build into a new transformative love in our life. Something is being revealed to you. Some gift is being offered to you. And as we take that gift of love, a new higher consciousness is being revealed to us. A new way of thinking, a new transformative energy is moving through your situation. Now, I may not know what you're working with right now, but I know that Source knows exactly what you're working with right now, and the healing and truth of the situation is being revealed to you in a way that is identifiable, makes sense, and is transformative in your situation right here and right now. So let's give thanks for those miraculous energies that are at work all the time, even when we don't know it, that continue to breathe our body, to beat our heart, to heal our so-called wounds. Because you are transforming by the renewing of your mind. And something wonderful is happening with you and for you right here and right now. So as we give great thanks for the truckloads of transformation that are moving through your life, we let go. We completely release anything that may have previously blocked our inner flow so that we may rise into that high conscious awareness of truth, love, and the reason that we have come to this plane of existence. And in so doing, a new miraculous energy is happening as who and what you are. Thank you, divine, loving inspiration of all love. And I claim it as we affirm this together by saying, and so it is. Amen. Thank God. Okay, it's time for our offertory ideas about sharing. So if you would like to take your gift and put it on your heart, just put your hand on your heart if that's what you're giving today. Let's affirm this together. My life is filled with abundance. I give freely and joyously to this center who gives so much to me. And so it is. And now we'll have some music. Let's hear it again. George and Anwin, thank you guys so much. I love your music. Thank you. All right, let's say a prayer for our offertory this morning. From the love of pure spiritual energy, these tithes and gifts have been collected. They are evidence of our faith, our belief, and our ability to manifest in this world of form. They do good work in this world. They bless the giver, the receiver, and in so doing, allow this, the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living, to be open and available and teaching science of mind for those who are choosing to remember who they are, and even for those who may not know it yet. And for that, this entire community is blessed with loving, powerful, dynamic, miraculous energy. As we affirm this together by saying, so it is. Amen. Okay, it's time for our peace song. Let's stand up and sing.
Let there there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And now for our benediction. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening right now.
Something wonderful is happening right now.
It's happening in my mind, in my body, and in the body of my affairs. I think it, I feel it, and I know it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life! Have the best week of your life. Thanks for being here this morning. So it is.